Yo, what's up, guys? Figured we could do a quick little live stream. It's going to be pretty quick. Pretty quick. I apologize. There's not a ton of lines posted for tomorrow, but we do have a fair amount of NBA games. If you just kind of take a look, how many NBA games do we have tomorrow? We don't have college basketball now for a few days, but tomorrow we got a full slate of NBA, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games. 11 fucking games, so hopefully we can find a lot of NBA bets. So maybe we start out fucking PrizePicks. They haven't posted college basketball player props. What I did want to say is we had a really good day on PrizePicks. We had a couple, this was pretty annoying. Filipowski, bro. But we did get two 10Xs from the live stream. So hopefully if you were tailing, we got two perfect 5 flex plays. So that worked out pretty good for us. But let's start going through some plays for tomorrow. Some NBA plays. So let's do a PrizePick slip real quickly. Then we can look at like FanDuel, whatever. I say this all the time, but my favorite time to bet on PrizePicks, not actually, but there's a lot of times really good bets late at night. When sportsbooks first release lines, I assume Van Vliet, like his line will probably be bumped up by tomorrow. But the 3 plays we have are we have DeAndre Hunter over 3.5 rebounds. And then we got Bradley Beal over 3.5 rebounds as well. So Beal's gone over 4 out of the past 5 games. Van Vliet, he'll probably be bumped up to 8 by tomorrow. But again, the general strategy anyone new here for beating PrizePicks is, they give you the same payout. If we take Bradley Beal to go under or over any 3-pick entry, we're getting a 5X payout. But we don't want to play 3-pick entries. They're really shitty, actually. If you look at some of PrizePicks competitors, like Underdog Fantasy, you may be thinking, oh, a 5X payout for 3 picks seems pretty good, but it's not. Underdog, they give you a 6X payout. So if you take anything, from this video, don't play 3-pick entries on PrizePicks. But anyways, you can see all the sportsbooks have Fred. They have Van Vliet. They're opening him as a big favorite to go over. FanDuel has him all the way up at -148. So all these books, they're taking bets, moving lines around based on where action's coming in, betting markets. So you essentially have hundreds of data points. There's already, I don't even know how many sports books. You already have 223 sports books posting NBA lines for tomorrow. So there's a lot of data points, and all these books have Van Vliet as a heavy favorite to go over. And then there's just a shit ton of eSports value. So it's like, oh my gosh, we got a ton of eSports line discrepancies. Oh, fuck yeah. And you can see Underdog Fantasy is starting to post. Let's go. They're starting to post Sweet 16 player prop lines. So maybe if we're lucky, we can get in a Sweet 16 play on Underdog Fantasy as well. But let's finish off this PrizePick slip. So there's actually some tennis play I was looking at during the Houston game. Let's see if it's still available. That game was crazy, man. But we have a tennis play. For tennis, you don't have as many sportsbooks posting lines. But you can see here, Christopher Eubanks versus, the overs heavily favored on these books. So sure, whatever. You don't have as many data points as the NBA. But this play still seems solid, right? So every play, there's limitless crap we can bet on PrizePicks. We want to zone in on where are their line discrepancies? Where are their plays with value? I don't just wake up and bet, random shit like, oh, Bradley Beal, let's take him because he had 12 assists last game. That's not, That's not how I bet. I always make sure all the plays I'm giving out on these streams have good value. But anyways, let's see if we can finish out this slip because there's a ton of fucking esports plays. A ton of line discrepancies. For example, if you just look at CS2, if you just take a look at the plays for tomorrow, all these sports books try to set their own lines. PrizePicks opens him at 26. All these other books, 27.5. 27.5. They actually have the over favored too. ParlayPlay 28.5. Under, all these books have the line higher. Sports Quack 27.5. So it's like, okay, PrizePicks has this line too low relative to the rest of the market. So the value's on the over. The value's on the over. And again, all these live stream plays are just tracked in the tracking sheet on YouTube. But anyways, So let's lock in this PrizePicks play, and then let's see if we can get something in on Underdog Fantasy. Then maybe we'll go back to PrizePicks. So again, PrizePicks, like, I'm not able to play these slips for a lot of money. They have me on poverty fucking betting limits, which, I mean, PrizePicks is the worst of the worst. If you start beating them, you know, they'll cut down your bet size. But anyways, we got our first play in. So let me put this link in the chat for anyone who wants to tail. And hopefully, yeah, we're good. Here's the play, here's the play, here's the play. Chicago Fliff minus 12 is the same as, oh, so someone's pointing out a Fliff play in the YouTube chat. So let's take a look at Fliff. So let's go here to Fliff real quickly. And let's see what we got. Someone's saying in the Bulls game, there's an interesting play. So many NBA games. So let's take a look at the Bulls game. So if you look at the spread, they have the Bulls minus 12 at plus 100. So this is the play. Yo, thanks for pointing this out. I think I saw this a bit ago, but I didn't bet it. So let's take a look right here. So if we just go to the Bulls game, I mean, you can see Fliff is kind of screwing up here, right? Like, if you look at the spreads, they have the minus 13, the same odds as the minus 12, which doesn't make any sense. And most of these books have the line at 12.5 or 13, minus 13, minus 13. And we're getting the minus 12 at plus 100. You know, that seems like a no-brainer. So even the minus 13 at plus 100 doesn't seem horrible because most of the books have the line, you know, minus 110, minus 110. But this play looks incredible. So, yo, thanks for pointing this out, whoever pointed it out in the chat. So we found a soft spot. That's what I call it on the sports books. Like, they try to set all these alternate lines, and Fliff is clearly screwing up. I mean, who knows what they're doing, but they have the same odds on the minus 12 and the minus 13. And we're getting plus money, plus 100. And all these other books have, you know, you can see right here, there's hundreds of books posting NBA lines. Everyone else has the Bulls minus 12.5 with the Bulls side favored or at minus 13. So it's like, yo, based on all the information we have available in the market, this play seems like a no-brainer on Fliff if you use Fliff. So thanks for pointing that out, Scott Sheevil in the chat. Good fucking call out. So we got Bulls minus 12 tomorrow against the ass Wizards. Bro, I'm from Virginia. I grew up a Wizards fan. Oh, that's not easy. But, and then we got a PrizePicks play. And did I put the link in the chat? Let me make sure I copied the link in. If I didn't, people will be fucking mad at me. Anyways, I did. I got that line at minus 10.5 earlier, LOL. Anyways, there we go. Yeah, PrizePicks is absolute bullshit. I mean, what's annoying, too, is we had a good-looking slip here in this Yale nerd. I mean, he had like 28 points the game before. They were discounting him to 10.5, and he didn't do shit, man. Super frustrating, but hey, you know, what are we going to do? But let's see if we can get an underdog slip in, because I want to keep this live stream quick. I mean, there's a lot of esports value. So we could double down on DeAndre Hunter. And then, so also thanks for pointing out that Fliff play. Bulls minus 12 is we already have, I mean, a lot of people will be like, why bet it? The game's not till, you know, Thursday. But it's like, yo, if there's early value, I mean, I'm going to hit that shit. This game's actually not even until Friday. But I promise you, Underdog Fantasy is going to bump this shit by tomorrow morning. So you can see here, they have his line. Who are we betting? Steven Ashworth. They have his assist line, right? Every single play has value. They have his assist line at 3.5. Some of the books have his line at 4.5, but they have the under heavily juiced. Like Bovada has this minus 140. So it's like, okay. And then do we want to double down on DeAndre Hunter? I mean, he hasn't been grabbing a lot of boards, but, you know, we want to go with 3-pick entries on Underdog because they're giving you, you know, they give you good payouts on these 3-pick entries. And then I say this all the time, but like esports, I mean, a lot of times I use it to kind of round out a slip. So if you take a look at PrizePicks, who's definitely the sharper book for esports, they have Sky's, you know, headshot line. Probably something you never thought you'd be betting, player headshots. They have his line at 13.5, Underdogs at 15. PrizePicks is the sharper book. So to kind of round out the slip, getting the under 15, a 1.5 value to PrizePicks. I mean, again, the game's not till Friday, but dude, I want to have as many Sweet 16 bets as possible. So hit this on Underdog if you want to. Sometimes they bump things quickly. So if you want to get it in, get it in. So we have Hunter over 3.5 rebounds. And if you want to bet it again, just, try to go quick because they can be assholes. We have Van Vliet over 7.5 assists. We had Beal over 3.5 rebounds on PrizePicks. Then we had a fucking tennis play over 21.5, and then we had Owner over 26. So hopefully we keep cooking PrizePicks because we've had an incredible last few days, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see, man. So let's lock this in now. So we have our Underdog Fantasy play. It doesn't seem like they bumped anything. Bro, what are you doing, man? Come on, reload. So let's reload and let's lock this in. And where's the eSports play? It looks like I lost it. Oh, of course, they removed it. Dude, I hate this sports book. I mean, they are so frustrating sometimes with just how quickly they bump some of these esports lines. But I mean, it's not the end of the world because there's a lot of esports line discrepancies. I don't know why. They seem to bump the esports things just so fast. So like you look at tops, same exact thing. Underdog has his line at 11, PrizePicks 12.5. Like, you want to see discrepancies. Discrepancies mean value. All these sports books, the market's so fragmented. All these books are setting their own lines. So this is exactly what we want to see. And what we can do is we can go back here to PrizePicks as well. And we'll just lock in this as a 3-pick entry. So just like a different pick, a replacement pick. So hopefully people were able to get it in because I fucking was able to get it in. And then we got tops over 11 headshots. It looks like, I say this in every stream, but some of this stuff, it looks like the most random slip of all time. But, if that's where the value is, hopefully we get, 2 wins tomorrow. And then we got a nice looking play for Friday. But yeah, it looks like the most random slip of all time. But if that's where the value is, whatever. That's what we'll kind of lock in. So we could see, should we do a PrizePicks slip? Is there anything super attractive on PrizePicks? So I think I've said this in previous live streams, but what's nice about PrizePicks is you can play League of Legends and you can pair players in the same game. So there's no good example here, which is a little annoying, but when you're betting on League of Legends on PrizePicks, you want to take players on the same team to go the same direction. So this would work out well together. If you can find value on 2 players on the same team, both to go over or both to go under, those are positively correlated. So, you get a little bit of extra value. If Wayward goes over, then Heng is more likely to go over. And same thing with players on opposing teams, 1 over, 1 under. Those are positively correlated. What you'll notice on PrizePicks is they're kind of assholes, is if you include 3 picks, so if you include 2 League of Legends or 3 correlated plays, so here these are correlated, and then the over and the under are, they try to add in a payout shift. So usually PrizePicks pays out, 10, 2.4. So they try to add in these payout shifts. So what you want to do is you only want to include 2, like this. Or shit, they're still adding the payout shift. What the fuck, man? They're still adding the payout shift. Usually they don't do that, but let's see here. Maybe if you take 2 players on the same team. So if you take 2 players on the same team to both go over, they don't add the payout shift. But I think for 6-pick flex plays, if you go with 1 over, 1 under, no, they still add the payout shift. Wow. So 1 over, 1 under. I think that's new. They started, I guess, kind of fucking us over. But anyways, here's the underdog play if you're just tuning in. On Fliff, we're on Bulls, -12 at +100. Fliff was screwing that line up. And then we have a PrizePick slip. It doesn't seem like... I don't know. Is there anything crazy we want to bet? There's so many esports line discrepancies if you wanted to run... If we wanted to run another slip, there's just a lot of line discrepancies. And again, I try to focus on the ones where you have multiple data points, right? Like ideally you have a bunch of books all telling you the same thing, that, hey, PrizePicks is screwing up or whatever. So like this play on Slim 3, there's only 2 sports books posting lines. It's not really clear, like, okay, like which book is screwing up. So that's something I'd probably avoid, but we can start building a slip. I mean, there's a lot of line discrepancies in general. We have this guy, so we have Tops, and let's take a look at him. Under 27.5, rest of the market 25.5. Every other book has his line lower. So even if you only use PrizePicks, that's good information for you to know, because it shows you, hey, my play actually has value. My play actually has an edge. So we could run like another little eSports slip, I mean, if we wanted to. Or you could just, if you really like any of the NBA picks, you could include them again. But there's a lot of eSports line discrepancies. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to call it a day for now. And I'll save up PrizePicks, for tomorrow. You can kind of see there's some eSports line discrepancies here, but I'm going to save my ammunition for tomorrow because PrizePicks limits the number of slips I can bet per day when there's more NBA or some college basketball as well. I wouldn't mind getting some early college basketball slips in, but PrizePicks is like the only book that hasn't posted college basketball player prop lines yet. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back on live tomorrow.